Democratic National Alliance MP Anukumara Dissanayake raised concerns about allegations of fraud over the government's fertilizer subsidy in Parliament today.
5,525.2445 metric tons of fertilizer valued at 99,544 rupees and 42 cents have not been distributed amongst agrarian services boards. On the 19th of May 2010, the chairman of the commercial fertilizer company had lodged a complaint with the Criminal Investigations Department, and thereby the culprits connected to this crime were apprehended and legal action was initiated against them. As you said, the fraud amounted to 630 million.
Oh, million.
So you mean to say that the fraud amounted to 630 million? What steps have the officials at the company taken in this regard? What are the charges that have been levelled against them? A manager has been interdicted and he has been identified as a culprit in this case. However, he was not arrested or remanded. I will look into it because when I took over, the incident had already taken place. UNP parliamentarian Ravi Karunayaka made inquiries in Parliament today concerning the state institutions which had requests to enter into agreements with the Board of Investments under Articles 16 and 17 of the BOI Act. The BOI does not grant permission for state businesses. That's wrong because you have tabled a motion regarding Mihin Lanka in Parliament. Accordingly, you all obtain the permission of the BOI in that respect. If Mihin and Sri Lankan does not have the approval of the BOI, taxes have to be paid. If you are asking a separate question, I can tell you the manner in which approval has been granted for them. Ask the officials why they have lied. Every morning for 1.5 hours electricity is being disconnected without notice. The consumer have to be notified before electricity is disconnected. Industrialists are severely inconvenienced owing to this. No, it affects the Ministry of Economic Development.
The supplementary sum head for the construction of a new security headquarters was presented to Parliament today. This was presented by Prime Minister D.M. Jayaratna.
Why has this been done? It is to settle a group of individuals. Who do they want to settle here at this location? They want to settle a group of officials and staff members from the Security Institute at this location. 1.7 billion rupees has been allocated for the Ministry of Resettlement. This money has been allocated to resettle the individuals who were left destitute subsequent to the end of the 3-decade-long war. The 20 billion rupees that will be obtained is similar to the 20 billion rupees that would be obtained subsequent to selling property. The debate is being held in respect of this 20 billion rupees. He said in Parliament that this was sold for a higher valuation. If only the valuation had come to the bank, what happened to the rest of the money? 3,200 perches in the Colombo Fort, not in the Golf Fort, has been sold free of taxes to the foreigners. There are ethics involved here, isn't it? The Cathay company in China and the Shangri-La Hotel will be given 10 acres of land, while a Chinese aviation company has been given a deed to construct a hotel. Cabinet had granted approval for this. Mr. Chairman, when we are in a government, we have to take practical decisions. The opposition has a right to criticize them. However, we have the power of the government. Before the Taj Hotel was constructed here, that chain was only restricted to India, just like Cathay. The franchise of Taj was only in India and not in any other country.
India hotel සංස්ථාවක් අද කැටික් කියනවා වගේ ඒ කාලේ තාජ් පිටට ගියේ නැහැ.
You're with the news first, taking a look at other local stories now. The fundamental rights petition, which had been filed calling for an end to the alleged financial embezzlement irregularities taking place within the sport of cricket, as well as calling for a cricket control board to be appointed through an election process, was taken up before the Supreme Court today. Attorney at law Viran Correa, appearing on behalf of the petitioner, President of the United Southern Sports Club, Ashoka Mendes, stated that his client was not prepared to withdraw his petition.
The lawyer appearing on behalf of the petitioner stated that although the Minister of Sports had stated that an election would be held to appoint officials to the Cricket Control Board, he had not mentioned a date on which these elections would be held. The Deputy Solicitor General, who appeared on behalf of the Minister, informed court that since the Minister of Sports had announced in Parliament that elections will be conducted to appoint a cricket board, there was no need to hear the petition. Lawyers appearing on behalf of the respondents stated that since the members of the Cricket Interim Committee, who have been cited as the respondents of the petition, had been changed and a new committee had been appointed, they should be released from the petition. But the court did not agree. The petition was postponed until the 28th of November.
It was argued before court today that the former army commander who has filed a petition against the conduct of the second court-martial did not attempt to stop it while the hearing was in progress.
Attorney-at-law Sanjeeva Jayawardena stated before court that the former army commander deliberately delayed filing a petition before the court of the second court-martial. Submitting facts on behalf of one of the judges of the second court-martial, Attorney-at-law Sanjeeva Jayawardena argued this point when the case seeking the removal of the prison sentence imposed on former army commander was taken up today. He pointed out that Fonseca has already received an unfavourable judgment in another petition filed by him against the court-martial. The counsel added that under these circumstances, the petition that is being heard before the Court of Appeal should be stopped. The case will be taken up again on the 12th of July.
State employees have lost 2,500 rupees and are lamenting. Even the private sector employees are upset because their funds are being stolen. We are in jail. Those in the army and police are depressed. For this situation to change, corrupt politicians must go home. After corrupt politics is eradicated, we need to create ethical behavior.
The citizens' rights group says that granting the right to information will lead to the strengthening of citizens. Now, this view was expressed by the representatives of the organization at a conference held in Colombo yesterday on the right to information.
A group including co-deputy leader of the United National Party, Karu Jayasuriya, was present at the conference, which was organized by the Citizens' Right Group. At the conference, scholars discussed the importance of the Right to Information Bill, which is tabled in Parliament by parliamentarian Karu Jayasuriya.
What is meant by the right to information is the right an individual has to receive any information relevant to the governance of the country. This does not apply to receiving information through the media or through parliamentarians. As citizens, any individual should be able to obtain any information related to governance. This can be considered as strengthening the citizens of the country.
I think it was in Sirasa News I saw this when this bill was presented to the parliament and the speaker was mentioning each member's names. I think it was Mahinanda Alutkamage who said,